What is up, Algebra 1? We are going to go through our creating, graphing, modeling, linear section. Just to let you know, this is going to be probably recorded in 2 parts. Let's start with the first question. Okay, Colin first purchased a plant from a gardening store. The height of the plant in centimeters after different numbers of week is shown in the table. The height of the plant can be modeled by the given equation. H is height and W is the number of weeks. So the most important thing for us to look at here is our equation right here. And you can see that this equation is in the form y equals mx plus b. Y equals mx plus b, which tells us that our slope, our rate, is 0.5, and our intercept is at 12. Okay, so 0.5 is the growth rate. This is how fast it's growing, at 0.5 centimeters per week. 12 is our starting value, so the plant's starting at 12. If we keep reading, it says, on the same day, Megan purchased a plant that has a different height, and it grows faster. Okay, so growing faster means its slope must be greater than. She must have a greater slope in her equation. And the intercept, the start, is different, a different height. So since it's different, it could either be greater or it could be less than. And that's it. We knew this entire problem just by doing our y equals mx plus b. Okay. Trent plants a sunflower that is 6 inches tall. The sunflower is expected to grow at an average rate of 1.5 inches per day during the next month. Since we have 2 different numbers in this problem, we have 2 numbers. We have 6 inches tall and 1.5 inches per day. When you have 2 numbers, it is a telltale sign that we will use y equals mx plus b. Okay, our slope has our magic word per, and our b is our starting value, and we started at 6 inches tall. So our equation is going to be y equals 1.5x plus 6. 1.5x plus 6. Okay, and it says to create an equation where x is days, and we want to know when it'll grow to a total of 45 inches. So we're going to replace our y and put in our 45. So here is our equation that will help us find its height. 1.5x plus 6. So if I go over to Desmos and I type this in, 45 equals 1.5x plus 6. I have a graph that pops up, and I know it will be 45 inches after 26 days. After 26 days. Okay, continuing. Kenji has at most $30 to spend on lilies. At most $30 to spend on lily bulbs and tulip bulbs. Lily bulbs cost $4 each. Tulip bulbs cost $2 each. Let's create an equation. Since we have 3 numbers in this problem, then that means we need to use ax plus by equals c. Okay, C is my total, and A and B represent my 2 types of flowers, lilies and tulips. Okay, so when we plug these in, we have 4x, this is for my lily bulbs, plus 2y for my tulip bulbs, and it's going to have an inequality and then our total, C. Since it's at most, it's not going to be equals, but we're allowed to spend any number less than 30 or equal to 30. So this is our constraint, our equation. Okay, moving on. Complete the statement. 9x minus 4y equals negative 18. The graph of the equation contains the point, so we need to see which of these points is on my graph. So if I pull up Desmos and I type in my equation, 9x minus 4y equals negative 18, I need to see which of these 3 points is on my line, and I can do that by typing in my points. Okay, we type in 0, negative 18. We can type in 9, negative 4. And we can type in the point negative 4, negative 4.5. And the only one that pops up onto my graph is negative 4, negative 4.5. The other 2 points are not on my line. So the only one on my line is negative 4, negative 4.5. And a line is made up of infinite points. So although this is the only answer in my selection, this is just one of the many possible solutions. Okay. This contains so many points, it could have been any of these points on the line. Okay, last one. Madison bought B pounds of bananas, B pounds of bananas, P pounds of pears. She spent a total of $10.38. Bananas are 60 cents per pound, and pears are $1.74 per pound. Since we're given 3 numbers again, then we know that we must use AX plus BY equals C. Okay? And I want to make sure that I am using B for bananas and P for my pears. So I have my total goes in for C, 1038. A and B, we're going to put B for bananas, P for pears. So I have 0.60 B for bananas plus 174 P for pears is equal to my total, 1038. And we're done. Okay, next one. A pool is 8 feet deep. Excuse me. The surface of the water is 3 inches from the top. Rain begins to fall at a rate of 0.12 inches per hour. Okay, so if you imagine we have a pool, and our pool is filled with water. Okay, the pool in total is 8 feet deep. The water is not all the way up to the top. It's 3 inches away from the top. Okay, but you can see this is in feet and this is in inches. We need everything in feet. To turn inches into feet, we just divide it by 12, which gives us 0.25. So this is 0.25 inches or feet from the top. So that means the total height of my water is going to be 8 minus 0.25. So 7.75 feet. Okay, rain begins to fall at a rate of 0.12 inches per hour. So let H represent the feet and T hours of rainfall. So we're starting at 7.75, that's our B, and we're filling up by about 0.1 per hour, so the only correct choice is B. A salesperson earns $1,400 per month plus $1 commission for every, that's our keyword, every $25 worth of product. So she's always going to make $1,400, so that's our one time, so that has to be the B value. So it can't be C and it can't be D. And here it's a little tricky because it's $1 every 25. We could write that like $1 per 25. So this is going to be the slope. So B is the correct choice. Chad buys pineapples, watermelons, and a bag of grapes for fruit salad. He spends a total of $29.68. We have a total, so we know we are using AX plus BY equals C. Okay. Pineapples are $2.15 each, watermelons $3.75 each, and the bag of grapes costs $4.48. Okay, so we're going to make sure we use P for pineapples, and we use W for watermelons. So I have $2.15 for my watermelons, plus $3.75. Oh, sorry. This should be for my pineapples, P. Plus $3.75 for my watermelons. We also have our grapes, which are just $4.48, equals my total, $29.68. And we're done. Okay, next problem. An equation is given. Create an ordered pair that represents 1 point on the graph. Again, if we go over to Desmos and I type in 5y minus 2x equals 5, I just need to find 1 point on my graph. Here's 1, 0, 1. Here's 1, negative 2.50. Remember, you can always click on your graph and you could go and find one. There's 1, 5, 3. Right here's negative 5, negative 1. Okay, so you can click and drag to also find any, but we could just do 0, 1. Okay, Jason and his 3 friends went bowling. They bowled all afternoon and each paid $3.25 per game. Okay, so 3 friends, they paid $3.25 per game. Jason had a coupon for 1 free game. 3 of his friends paid $2.75 to rent shoes, and he writes this expression. What does this expression represent? Well, we have our price. Since we have 2 prices, this is the amount of money that his friends are going to spend, right? It's not the number of friends. We know there's 3. It's not the number of games. And it can't be how much money he saved when we got our price of shoes and our price of games. All right, Samantha sells 2 types of wristbands, ropes or beaded. She charges more for beaded wristbands than for rope wristbands. The amount of money in dollars that she collects from selling X wristbands of one type and Y wristbands of the other type can be modeled by the expression 5X plus 8Y. What does Y represent? Okay, well, we know that beaded cost more. So we have our price of rope for X, and this is our price for our beaded. So this 8, the Y represents our number of beaded wristbands. Okay. 5 is how much rope costs, so it can't be that. 8 is how much beaded costs. X stands for rope, which means Y has to stand for the beaded. Alright, we have Jamal distributes items collected by a charity. An expression modeling the number of items remaining is given, where W represents the number of weeks that Jamal has distributed the items. So we have 800 items, and we're taking away 60 each week. So we have 800 items that are being donated, given away. That's why it's minus each week. So this problem asks us, okay, what does just this part mean? Okay. The number of weeks it takes to distribute all of them? Nope. The number of weeks it takes to distribute 60? Nope. The number he distributes each week. That's what this represents. He's giving away 60 each week. Okay, and it's not the total number he distributes. It's how much he's doing each week. A descending hot air balloon moves downward at a steady rate, okay? The altitude in feet of the hot air balloon X minutes after it begins to descend is modeled by the given equation. So here's our slope, okay? X is our minutes, and this is our starting height, our B value. So it's asking us, what does the negative 375 represent? Okay, this is how many feet it's descending, the rate of descent, okay? Okay, here we go. A landscape company charges a consultation fee and an hourly rate for T hours of labor for each job. The total amount of money in dollars the company charges for its service is represented by the given expression. So we can see this is y equals mx plus b, and it's made up of three essential parts. So let's reorder it. 23t plus 40, just flipping it around. This is our slope. So this is the consultation. This is our hourly rate. Okay, this is our rate, our slope. T represents our hours. And 40 represents our fee, our one-time fee. So if we were to answer our question, the hourly rate is just 23. The consultation fee is just $40. The total of the consultation fee and the amount of money charged for T hours is the whole thing. And we're done. Okay, some values for a function are shown in the table: 0, 0, 225, 350. Which statement best describes the function? Whenever you see a table, you should go to Desmos and add that table in. We have 0, 0, 225, and 550. Okay, so I typed it all in. I'm going to zoom out. And I'm going to put in my cheat code, y1 squiggly, mx1 plus b. And I see that I get a very nice straight line going through my points. It says it is linear. Okay, so if we look, our R value is not perfect. We're not perfectly going through the line. So it is not linear because it does not increase by a constant amount. Okay, it's close, but it's not perfect. A shipping company charges a cost per pound plus a fixed fee to ship a package. Here's our equation. So here is our per pound, our rate. This is our one-time fee, fixed fee. Which part of the function represents the fixed fee? It's the 575. It's the one-time fee. That's what the B is. Casey hires workers for a landscaping project. The project C describes the total cost for a landscaping project. So the total cost is 80. 3 workers working together charge 15 an hour. Okay, so two numbers. Y equals mx plus b. Okay, our one-time fee is 80, and now we got to be careful. There are 3 workers who all charge 15, so 15 times 3 gives me 45. And it tells us to use h for hours. So 45h plus 80. 45 h plus 80. Okay, we're going to skip over the kayaking one. A table of values for a linear function is shown. What is the missing value? Again, when we have a table, we go to Desmos and we add in our table. Okay, so type in our table: 0, 4, 1, 6, 3, 10, 5, 14. And what I'm going to do is use my cheat code, y1 squiggly, mx1 plus b. I get m is 2 and b is 4. So y equals 2x plus 4. I plugged in 2 for m and 4 for b, and I get this nice straight line. I'm going to turn this into our table, and we can type in a 6, and we get 16. What is the x-intercept? Okay, we can go to our graph. If we type it in, 2x plus 9, f of x equals 2x plus 9. My x-intercept is where it crosses the x-axis. It's negative 4.5. Okay, which represents the function 2x minus 1? Well, 2 is our slope. Negative 1 is our intercept. So it has to be one that starts at negative 1. So this starts at negative 1, and this starts at negative 1. This starts at 2, so it can't be this one. This starts at 1, so it can't be C. Our slope is 2, so we need to be able to go up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. Okay, that doesn't work. So our answer must be B. You can also plug them into Desmos and check there. The graph of a linear function is shown. Okay, this is a great one where we will type them in. F of x equals 2x plus 4. F of x equals 1/2 x plus 4. F of x equals 4x plus 2. And f of x equals 4x plus 1/2. Okay, so we have lots of graphs going on here. We're trying to see which one fits. Good way to match them is if we pick some points, we have 2, 5, and I have 4, 6. So let's see. The only ones with 2, 4, and 5, 4, 6. The green line is the only one that has those points on it. So it must be the 1/2 x plus 4. So B. Okay, and those are all of our problems. Next time we will do creating, solving, modeling systems of equations. Peace out.